I mean, I guess for a story, like, I don't know. It's 12th century. People are idiots, right? Well, this is 11 years later. Whew.
It had been 3 years. 3 years of drought. 3 years of hunger and poverty.
Cathedral's not done yet. It's been
England
11
was
years.
brought to its knees. Only our walls had kept us safe from the bands of outlaws raiding towns and villages. Bishop Waleran and William Hamley forced the workers to finish their cathedral in Shiring. Many had died.
Forced.
The work on our own cathedral had almost come to a halt.
Ooh, it looks nice.
4 weeks the storm had raged on. It was then that our cathedral gave up its last secret.
What does that mean?
And everything changed.
Everything changed. Again? Everything keeps changing.
Tom! I told you wouldn't like the sight of this.
It looks bad, but it's not the wall I'm worried about. It's good you sent the workers home during the storm. Now do us all a favor and do the same. Go home. Your children hardly get to see you. Tommy and Sally have been asking about you all morning.
Alina and Jack's family. Hey, we got somebody after their promise to Waleran to keep Kingsford protected. Richard and Jack have spent much time fortifying the town. Since then, William Hamling has not dared to attack the town. Lena, who has continued her wool business, trades mostly outside of shearing. Most of the fleece is traded. She is trading is produced in Kingsbridge, where Jack erected 2 felting mills. Lena and Jack have 2 children now. Tommy is already 12. His little sister Sally is 9. Martha looks after both of them while Jack and Alina are working. Some believe that Martha and Richard are in love. But if that is true, they are keeping the secret well guarded.
You'll kill yourself up here!
That crack down there must have been due to the storm. If the storm works, I work.
My cathedral was never designed to be this high.
I know! I reinforced the walls. It cannot be the height.
What else was damaged? I'd look myself, but I dare not come closer. If your mother knew I was up here at all, she'd kill me.
Both of us.
What?
She would kill both of us!
The east wall is about to collapse. Why? What could be the cause? How? Well,
Careful over there!
If we don't find out what's causing this, then the whole east wall will come down. The storm is making it worse.
If you're right. What about Aliena?
She should be on her way back from Winchester now.
Oh, I hope she's all right in
I'm
this.
guessing it's the last scene.
Yeah, I hope so too. No. I don't want to break more stones loose. The vaulting is cracked. If I make it worse, then we'll at least know what the problem is.
You're probably right.
All right. One more time.
What, how is this a good idea?
And? What happened?
If the vaulting were unstable, this part should have collapsed and the wall would retract.
So, the cause of our problem is not up here.
No.
When we erected the eastern wall 17 years ago, there was also a crack. No matter what we did, it always came back. Remember?
Yes. Yeah, I remember. But this is not the same wall. We rebuilt it.
Still, could the cause not have been the same in both cases?
Maybe. The ground is the same.
But it's never been that dry.
We had no problem with the rest of the walls.
Well, that's true. But there must be something else.
The crypt!
Huh. How kept the whole foundation there as it was?
But it never had to carry this much weight before.
You're right. If the cause of our problem is down there, we'll find it. You go ahead.
Don't you need help?
I'll manage. Just don't tell your mother.
Are you sure?
Go on. I know you can't wait to get down there.
Neither can you. I'll just take a quick look and wait for you.
Is it gonna be a ghost?
They were enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so, too. I would be honored if he read my book.
Philip, I really am worried about
He's
you.
getting old.
There is no need for you to worry, Jonathan.
15 years.
It is just a book.
The problem is that the people love your sermons and what you wrote, even though most of them can't read. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Is that not a good thing, if our message gives people hope?
In desperate times, hope can be a powerful force.
That is very true.
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
Huh? Do you?
The divine soul. In his text, Philip suggested we all carry a godly spark within us because God created man, and while sometimes they may seem as if God has abandoned us, God is indeed always closer to us than anything else because our soul is of divine nature. This means that man does not have to wait for salvation from outside, but that we all can change the world around ourselves. We can plant a seed, and God, in return, will make it grow. Philip's message of hope is heard in all of England and even other parts of Europe, but the church is highly critical of the text. In his first book, Philip had only criticized fake miracles. Now he seems to claim that as all men are equally divine, members of the clergy are not closer to God's glory than any other man. Alright. Jack!
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as bad up there. Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from Winchester?
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the Fleece Fair. She should be on her way back now.
In this storm?
We didn't expect it to get worse.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be all right.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Yes? Why is that?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies down in the crypt. I should hurry before it's too late.
Let's go. I hope I don't die. That would suck.
I better wait for Tom. I know he doesn't want to miss anything.
Now it's down here, too. The first cracks are showing.
That means we were right. The cause of the instability must be down here.
The ground.
Could be.
The drought could have made it worse.
We'll find out.
How are we gonna find out?
Rashid was right. People love to believe in miracles. But the reason most people come to Kingsbridge now is for Philip's sermons. He tells them what they need to hear. He gives them hope. Do you know what's going on here, Mary? That definitely wasn't here before.
Do we use our chisel on it, which seems like a bad idea?
If there's dry sand behind there, we know it's the ground.
Just be careful when you work on that wall. If it's the ground and the foundation, the whole wall could cave in.
You know, this seems like such a bad idea.
Here we go. But
what?
I think I can feel a draft.
What?
One more time.
We just barely got that one. A draft.
Jack, watch out!
It's all right.
What is it?
There's a passage.
Dear God. These stones, they've been removed before.
The mortar is missing on most of them.
Whoever put them back just added some mortar on top of the stones to hide the fact that they were removed. The tile at the bottom was completely loose.
What does that mean?
I think it was an entrance.
An entrance? To where?
That's what we'll find out.
Hell.
Careful now. You've got the whole east wall on top of you.
Jack?
Jack?
I'm all right. I just hit my head. It's dark in here. There's a whole room here. A chamber.
What's that?
I'll get a torch.
Philip, I'll get it. You stay here.
That's not wood. It's metal. Gold, even. It's made of leather. It's a whip. What is that doing here? Is that a coffin? Oh, there's sand everywhere. Huh? It's a bed.
What?
There's a bed in here.
What? Jonathan, we need that torch.
I have the torch.
All right, come in here. Should be safe.
This is where Prior James was. Probably.
Did you know about this place?
No. No, I did not. I've seen this chalice before, when I was very young. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge Cathedral.
Ah.
Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down, I know. Mother told me. They also said it was my father who did it.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice is responsible for his death. They hanged him in Shiring for stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge. The whip. It belonged to Prior James. I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of the fire in the cathedral. When the old cathedral burned down, there was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had chastised himself.
Yes, I remember that.
It is you! By God and the devil!
Oh yeah, that is him.
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James you saw. James died weeks before the fire.
Did he? You said they never found his body. Maybe he hid down here. Maybe that's why the bed's here.
Wait. Jack, you were in the burning cathedral. What were you doing there?
I'm not gonna confess to it.
Nothing. I did not tell Philip.
Nothing.
I wasn't ready to confess what I had done.
Nothing.
But I could see the doubt in his eyes.
As a child, Philip was afraid of Prior James' scourge. He first saw it when he and Abbot Peter, the man who raised him, and Francis, after her parents were killed, visited Kingsbridge. Years later, James decided that Philip, now a young man, should get a chance to lead his own priory cell, St. John in the Forest. Every time Philip visited the mother's house in Kingsbridge, he always remembered the day he first saw the scourge. Abbot Peter did not like the idea that pain could lead to salvation. But Prior James believed that chastising oneself was the only way to cleanse the soul from the sinful implications of the flesh. After Jack told Philip that he believed Prior James was alive the day the cathedral was burned down, Philip remembered that only weeks before the choir did not dare to sing because they thought they heard some chastising himself in the crypt. Maybe they really did hear James. Maybe James had hid in a secret room in the crypt, but why? That is the question, but why? Meanwhile, in Earl's castle,
Wailerin, what do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these, while your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promise them miracles, and you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk. You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible again?
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter, or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave, and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Then get me a whore! Now!
Wow. He's he's not looking so great. After 15 years of civil war, the battle between Stephen and Maud, England was more divided than ever. After a final confrontation in Wallingford, Empress Maud's son Henry II and Stephen arranged a truce. I read about this. The treaty was later signed in Winchester and Westminster. According to the treaty, Stephen would remain the king until his death and then be succeeded by Henry II. The treaty further states that all decisions regarding land, which were made during Stephen's reign, are immediately reverted and restored to the time of King Henry I. This means that the earldom of Shearing again belongs to the heirs of Bartholomew and not to the Hamlings, but who would dare to go again? Oh! We've succeeded, technically. Richard is now the Earl. I guess we succeeded in the game of attrition. All we had to do was nothing. That's literally all we had to do. A whole lot of nothing. I feel like we should get shelter. I didn't read that part. I was reading about this history just to figure out how accurate this game was, and a lot of the stuff in this game is actually historically accurate. Kingsbridge is not a real place, I guess, but that's the fictional part of this story. What if I fail? Probably nothing. I could have knocked first.
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester to Kingsbridge and got caught in the storm.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. And it's getting worse and worse. Thank you for your hospitality.
Someone help me! Please! I need help!
Where's that coming from?
Hello? Oh dear, are you hurt?
My horse! It fell! I can't move!
Take my hand! We'll get you inside! We'll only be here until it's safe to leave. We won't bother you.
Okay, this is weird.
I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Oh, I know who this
Breathe,
is.
Elizabeth. You're safe now.
I know who this is.
She took her. Should have let her die. We
I
would
know
have
who
been better
this
off without
is.
someone like her.
All this stuff.
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
She doesn't deserve anything.
Take a bowl and go ahead.
Why don't I deserve anything?
I can't carry it in my bare hands.
Oh, I need a bowl.
I don't like this.
Bowl. Where's a bowl?
Hold your horses.
Blanket.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, there's a bowl. Are they gonna attack me? I got a bad feeling about this. I got a really bad feeling about this.
Shush. Let her eat.
Thank you. Eat this. You must be hungry.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Why are you giving her soup? Dirt. That's what she deserves for dinner.
What? Do you want her to starve?
Please, don't start a fight.
Oh, they know who she is, and I don't.
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die. People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they lost me.
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have. I divorced my last one for less than that.
Divorced? Oh, he's just been beside himself ever since his mother.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels like. And what you people are doing to us.
I can tell by the color of her dress.
Stop bullying her. Can't you see she's upset?
Just wait until you find out who she is.
How do they know you? This isn't right.
Oh, I'm used to it. I guess that's how it is when your husband holds an office like that. He has to do a lot of things people don't like. And sometimes they recognize me, too.
Wait. Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
I thought you knew.
William Hamley.
Oh, please don't abandon me, too. I swear, I'm not... I can't...
I used to know him when I was a girl.
Really?
Why did you marry him?
My parents arranged it. And it was an honor to be picked.
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. How do you know him?
That's a proper response. I'll be blunt.
He wanted to marry me when I was your age. Apparently, he likes young girls, no matter how old he gets.
You too were supposed to marry him. How come you didn't?
He was a beast. So I refused.
You refused him?
It caused a lot of misery.
Oh, you're so courageous. I wish I was like you. I can't even stand up to the servants.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to raid, rape and kill.
I'm sorry.
He's no earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take something from him too.
She has nothing to do with this. Don't you dare touch her. Can't you see she's another one of his victims?
I'll give over. She's in on it too.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child married to Hamley? The abuse and the humiliation every single day. I'm so sorry.
I'm crying because you know too.
Enough to know your pain.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Sam, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Listen. Use your status. It gives you power. People will get used to doing what you say. Favor those who help, so people will recognize that it pays to oblige the Lady of Shiring. And since Hamley is hated, they'll soon love you more than him.
You make it sound so easy.
That should do it.
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time. William would be very pleased if I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm her! If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the storm.
Did she now? Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
It's all right. You don't need to sacrifice yourself for me. Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
As was it my rejection that bittered William to the prospects of marriage for the years that followed? Was I the reason he married so late? After I met Elizabeth I later, found out that she was the daughter of Harold of Weymouth, a wealthy knight and supporter of Stephen. Elizabeth was only 14 at the time of the wedding. Bishop Waleran wed them in the cathedral of Sharing, and everyone of importance was invited to the large feast. Elizabeth is a gentle girl who probably felt honored to be chosen to become the Earl's wife. I dare not imagine how William treated her. One more reason to finally put an end to all of this. Whoa! End of chapter! I brought her some soup. Alright. 4 more chapters left.